How do we begin to let go of sentimental items? I'd like to introduce you guys to Bear Bear. This is my childhood teddy bear that I received when I was in the first grade and in the hospital. This is a very sentimental item to me and something that is difficult to part with on my minimalist journey. So I'm going to talk about some tips and ideas for decluttering sentimental items as you progress on your minimalist journey. Now, the very first thing is that you don't have to get rid of those things. I'm not getting rid of Bear Bear. Bear Bear means a lot to me. He doesn't really take up that much space, and he's going to be sticking around for a little bit longer. So that is the first thing. Don't feel that you need to minimize everything in your life. It's okay to have possessions, to keep things that remind us of our childhood, of people, of memories. It's okay. So don't feel that you need to declutter absolutely everything. And as you're minimizing stuff in your home and in your life, don't start with these sentimental items. These are going to be some of the hardest things to get rid of. Now, I went back to Kentucky in November for several weeks, and I went through a lot of my childhood memories. A lot of that stuff was trash. I don't know why I saved it, don't know why my parents saved it, so that stuff was easy to get rid of. Then there were some things that I really enjoyed looking at that sparked memories of my childhood. And many of those things I eventually downsized and got rid of, but one of the things I did was take photos of those items. I didn't need the physical item to remind me and spark that memory. It wasn't the tactile sense that brought back the memory, or the smell, or hearing it. It was just the visual cue, and I could capture that visual cue in a photograph. So if you have sentimental items that you're holding on to, maybe consider taking photographs of those items. It might even be good for taking photographs of sentimental items that you're not yet ready to part with. Just in case anything was to happen, you have a backup of that photograph. For all my photos that I've taken, they're digital, they're backed up in multiple places, so they're safe and secure, or about as safe and secure as they can be. You can also create a photo album of those items. Yes, this is going to add something into your home, but a photo album of curated memories is something that I think is worth having on a shelf. As you are decluttering sentimental items, ask yourself, why are you keeping this given thing? Are you trying to hold on to a memory of a time in your life, an activity, or more importantly, someone in your life that means a lot to you, maybe someone that is no longer with us? Well, how many items do you need to remember that person, that time, that place? Maybe you don't need 100 things from your grandmother. Maybe one or two is fine, and you will value those one or two things way more than if you were to have 100 things. So think about why you are holding on to these items, why they mean something to you, and if there is a better way to serve that purpose of remembering and honoring our past experiences and relationships. And as I said, I'm not getting rid of Bear Bear. I'm not getting rid of a handful of things from my childhood. I'm keeping them all in one box. I've limited myself to this one box that goes nicely under my bed, and this is it. These are my sentimental items. The sentimental items that are things that aren't displayed on a shelf in my home that I want to keep for some reason. It's largely a lot of yearbooks. There's some photographs that I have digital copies of, but I still want the physical print. Some things from my childhood that I'm holding on to. But this is it. This is my box. I gave myself one box to allow myself to keep a handful of sentimental items. And if you make a box, I encourage you not to make the box and then shove it under the bed and never think about it again. Revisit those items. You're holding on to them for a reason. So one, revisit them to spark those memories and reminisce and enjoy them. Use the things that you have in your life. That's the purpose of having them. Another reason to revisit the box is maybe you need to go back through again and declutter additional sentimental items. Maybe some things were hard to part with on the first pass, but maybe if you revisit it 6 months later, you don't remember why you saved it to begin with, and then it can be another time to get rid of it. So continually revisit these items. Don't keep them all in a box, shove them in a closet, in your attic, and forget about them. If you're going to hold on to them, use them. Use them to remember and to enjoy. If not, pass them on. Donate them, recycle them. If you can't donate or recycle, toss them in the trash. I threw a lot of things in the trash that I don't know why I was holding on to them, but declutter those sentimental things in your life that are no longer serving you. So hopefully you found these tips to be helpful. For me, minimalism and living a more minimalist life is definitely a journey. I didn't dive right in. I am slowly working towards it, and maybe you are too. So if you have any thoughts that you'd like to share of sentimental items that you're holding on to, I would love to know in a comment down below. My name is Tyler Lloyd, and this is my YouTube channel where I document my personal development journey and all that I learned along the way. See you guys next time.